So welcome back students, this is Aalok Guptaa from Kkhyatis EdTech, your mathematics mentor and coach. So let us continue with the videos on ratios and proportion. So I bring the first video where we talk about basic ratios. We'll try to do some sums based on that. So what does it say? I've been given certain quantities and their ratios. So A is to B is 4 is to 5, B is to C is 3 is to 4, and C is to D is 7 is to 11. Then what is A is to D? So there is something known as merging the ratios. I'm being given A is to B is 4 is to 5, B is to C is 3 is to 4, C is to D is 7 is to 11. Then I have to find A is to D. So if I have to find A is to D, then I will have to find this. So if I am able to merge all these ratios together, then I can find the ratio of A and A is to D. So how do we do that? So if you see, in these two ratios, B is common to both, which means whatever is the ratio of A is to B and B is to C, if I make B same in both this, then I can easily find the ratio A is to B is to C. Clear? So what I do, I will do B the same, but B is 3 here and B is 5 here. So I will multiply this ratio by 3 and I will multiply this ratio by 5. Why I am saying that? Because if I am multiplying any ratio 4 is to 5 by 4 into 3 upon 5 into 3, the ratio still remains the same, right? Because it will still cut down and the ratio will finally come down to 4 is to 5. So there will be no change in the ratio if I am multiplying both the quantities by 3. Same way here. So now the new ratio here will become 12 is to 15 and this will become 15 is to 20, correct? So what happened here is my ratio A is to B is to C, now 15 became same and this is 12 and that is 20. So this is how it is. Now my C is to D is 7 is to 11. So now this is 20 here and this is 7 here because C is common in both. So I'll try to merge them. So when I merge them, I will multiply this by 7 and I'll multiply this by 20. So this will become 84 is to 105 is to 140 and this will become 140 is to 220. So now these two became same, so I can merge this. So A is to B is to C is to D actually became 84 is to 105 is to 140 is to 220. Now I have to find the ratio of A is to D. So A is to D is 84 is to 220, correct? Which will be 42 is to 110, which is 21 is to 55. So 21 is to 55 is the correct answer. So you understood the concept of how do we merge. So whatever is the common quantity in both the ratios, we make that common quantity same. Once we make the common quantity same, which means its ratio with the other quantity is same and that becomes common, so we can merge those three quantities and make the ratio of three quantities. Same way we do with the next fourth quantity also. Okay, let's move ahead. So mean proportional between 7 and 68 is, so as I told you, let mean proportional between 17 and 68 be x, right? So now when they are in proportion, what does it mean? 17 upon x equals to x upon 68. I had talked about this concept of continuous proportion, mean proportion in my previous video. So x square will become 68 into 17. So x square will become 68. I can write it as 17 into 4. So this will become as 17 square. 4 I can write it as 2 square. So if I take square root, 7 into 2, 34. So normally when we find quantities in ratios and proportions, we normally would find the positive quantities. Negative quantities are often ignored. Okay. Now again, here we have been given some relation that A is equals to 2B equals to 3C equals to 4D. Then I want to find the ratio of A is to B is to C is to D. Now what does it mean? A, B, C, D are some quantities, and each of these, A equals to 2B equals to 3C equals to 4D, which means all these quantities are same. So I will assume those quantities to be K, correct? Which means A becomes K, 2B becomes K, 3C becomes K, 4D becomes K. Which means A is K, B is K by 2, C is K by 3, and D is K by 4. So now if I take the ratio of A is to B is to C is to D, it will actually become K is to K by 2 is to K by 3 is to K by 4. So I can cut all the K common. So the ratio will become 1 is to 1 by 2 is to 1 by 3 is to 1 by 4. Now LCM of 2, 3 and 4 is 12. So I'll further try to, I'll multiply this by 12, divide by 12, multiply by 6, this will become 12, multiply by 4, this will become 12, multiply by 3, this will become 12. Now all these 12s in the ratio are same, can get cancelled. So it becomes 12 is to 6 is to 4 is to 3. So A is to B is to C is to D is 12 is to 6 is to 4 is to 3. Clear? The fourth proportional to 4, 7 and 20 is very simple. So let us say 4, 7, 20. So let fourth proportional be x. Now they are in proportion means 4 upon 7 should be equals to 20 upon x, which means 4x should be 20 into 7. So x should be equals to 4 will get cancelled with 20 by 5, and this will be 35. So 35 is the answer. Next. Okay, so if A upon 3 is equals to B upon 4 equals to C upon 5, then you have to find the ratio of A plus B plus C upon B. So again, all these three quantities are same, so I can assume that to be K, which means A becomes 3K, B becomes 4K, and C becomes 5K. Yes or no? So then what does this become? 3K plus 4K plus 5K, and B is 4K. So this will become 7 plus 12, 12K upon 4K. So K will cancel, then this will be 3. So answer is 3. Clear? Hello students, this is Aalok Guptaa, your mathematics mentor and coach at Kkhyatis EdTech. So I have brought a lot of problems around 120, 130 on ratio and proportion. Please go through it, and if you have any queries, please get in touch with me on WhatsApp or subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be getting motivated and I will come with more and more such concepts in near future. Thank you so much.